Before we jump into this absolutely massive breaking update, do me a quick favor and smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications because what you're about to hear is not just another Dodgers rumor, not just another headline designed to grab attention. This is a story that is shaking the foundation of Major League Baseball, sending shockwaves through front offices, fans, and players alike, and it centers around one name that has completely changed the sport as we know it. What happened behind closed doors has now come into the open, and the reaction from inside the Dodgers organization has left people stunned, emotional, and honestly struggling to process what this all means moving forward. Breaking news continues to pour in, and the more details that surface, the clearer it becomes that this moment will be remembered for decades. Shohei Ohtani, the most unique talent baseball has ever seen, reportedly broke down emotionally as the reality of his situation fully hit him. At the same time, Dodgers fans and insiders are reacting to a shocking revelation connected to Andrew Friedman and the historic $700 million deal that rewrote the rules of professional sports contracts forever. This is not just about money. This is about pressure, expectations, legacy, and the weight of carrying an entire franchise, a city, and even a sport on one's shoulders. Sources close to the Dodgers say that the atmosphere around the team has noticeably shifted in recent days. What was once pure excitement and celebration has slowly evolved into something more complex. Yes, there is pride. Yes, there is belief. But there is also a heavy sense of responsibility that comes with a contract of this magnitude. When Andrew Friedman finalized that $700 million commitment, he wasn't just signing a superstar. He was making a statement to baseball, to fans, and to history itself. And now, as the dust settles, the human side of this story is becoming impossible to ignore. Shohei Ohtani has always been portrayed as calm, disciplined, and almost machine-like in his preparation and focus. He rarely shows vulnerability in public. That's why reports of him breaking down emotionally have sent shockwaves through the baseball world. Insiders say this wasn't about regret. This wasn't about doubt in his ability. It was about the overwhelming realization of what this moment truly represents. For the first time, the weight of being the most expensive player in the history of North American sports fully set in. People inside the organization describe a private moment where Ohtani reflected on his journey, from leaving Japan, to defying every limitation placed on him, to now standing at the center of the largest financial commitment ever made to an athlete. Imagine the pressure of knowing that every at-bat, every pitch, every injury scare, every slump will now be magnified tenfold. Not just by fans, but by media across the globe. That reality hit hard. Andrew Friedman's role in all of this cannot be overstated. The Dodgers' president of baseball operations is widely respected as one of the smartest minds in the game. He is known for calculated risks, long-term vision, and cold, analytical decision-making. But even by his standards, this deal was seismic. According to people familiar with internal discussions, Friedman understood exactly how historic this contract would be, but even he was reportedly surprised by the emotional ripple effect it created inside the clubhouse. The Dodgers are used to being the villains in other fanbases' eyes. Big market. Big payroll. Big stars. But this is different. This is not just another expensive roster. This is a commitment that stretches into the future in a way baseball has never seen. And with that commitment comes questions that no spreadsheet can fully answer. What happens if injuries limit performance? What happens if expectations become unrealistic? What happens when a player becomes bigger than the game itself? What makes this story even more compelling is how Ohtani himself views the situation. People close to him say he does not see the $700 million as a reward. He sees it as a responsibility. He sees it as a promise that he now feels obligated to honor every single day. That mindset is both inspiring and concerning. Inspiring because it shows how deeply he cares. Concerning because baseball history is filled with examples of pressure wearing down even the greatest talents. Dodgers teammates have reportedly noticed a change in Ohtani's demeanor. Not negative, but more intense. More focused. Almost heavier. There is an understanding in that clubhouse that this season, and every season that follows, will be judged through a different lens. Every win will be linked to him. Every loss will somehow circle back to him. That's the reality of a contract that large, and everyone around him feels it. Fans, meanwhile, are divided in their reactions. Many see this as the greatest move the Dodgers have ever made, a guarantee of competitiveness for years to come, and a symbol of organizational dominance. Others are more cautious, wondering whether any player, no matter how talented, can truly live up to such an unprecedented deal. Social media has been flooded with debates, expectations, and hot takes, all of which only add to the pressure surrounding this situation. The media response has been relentless. Every comment from Friedman is dissected. Every facial expression from Ohtani is analyzed. Every report, whether confirmed or speculative, spreads instantly. In that environment, it's easy to forget that at the center of this storm is a human being. A human being who left his home country, embraced the global spotlight, and now carries the financial and emotional weight of an entire franchise. What's particularly fascinating is how Andrew Friedman is handling the aftermath. Insiders say he has been very deliberate in shielding Ohtani from unnecessary distractions. There is a clear effort to keep the focus on baseball, preparation, and routine. Friedman knows that the success of this deal will not be measured in headlines, but in health, consistency, and long-term performance. And that requires stability, not chaos. At the same time, the Dodgers front office understands that this contract has fundamentally changed how the team is viewed. Opponents will circle games on the calendar. Stadiums will sell out. Television ratings will spike. The Dodgers are no longer just a contender. They are the epicenter of baseball's attention. And that spotlight is unforgiving. Ohtani's reported emotional moment has also sparked conversations about athlete mental health. In an era where contracts reach astronomical numbers, the human cost is often overlooked. Fans see the dollar signs and assume invincibility. But pressure does not disappear with wealth. In many ways, it intensifies. The expectation to justify every cent can be suffocating, especially for someone who genuinely cares about performing at the highest level. What makes Ohtani different is his internal drive. Those who know him best say his breakdown was not a sign of weakness, but a release. A moment of acknowledgement that this journey is extraordinary, demanding, and at times overwhelming. After that moment, reports suggest he returned to work with renewed determination, almost as if accepting the burden rather than resisting it. Andrew Friedman's $700 million reveal has also sent shockwaves through the league. Other teams are now forced to rethink their strategies. Player valuations, contract structures, and long-term planning have all been affected. Whether they like it or not, the Dodgers have reset the market. And that creates tension, envy, and scrutiny from every corner of the sport. Inside the Dodgers organization, there is confidence that this gamble will pay off. They believe in Ohtani not just as a player, but as a competitor, a professional, and a leader. They believe his presence elevates everyone around him. But belief does not eliminate risk. And everyone involved knows that the margin for error is now smaller than ever. As the season unfolds, every storyline will somehow tie back to this moment. Every highlight will be celebrated as validation. Every struggle will be amplified as criticism. That is the reality of breaking news on this scale. There is no hiding from it. There is no easing into it. The Dodgers and Shohei Ohtani are now living in a new era, one defined by expectation, scrutiny, and history. What happens next will determine how this story is remembered. Will it be the greatest investment in baseball history, leading to championships and legendary moments? Or will it become a cautionary tale about the limits of even the most extraordinary talent? The answer will not come quickly. It will unfold over years, seasons, and countless moments both triumphant and difficult. One thing is certain. This is bigger than a contract. Bigger than a team. Bigger than a single season. This is a turning point for baseball itself. And as fans, we are witnessing history in real time. The emotions, the pressure, the shock, the hope, and the uncertainty are all part of the same story. So keep your eyes on every game, every update, every subtle detail, because nothing about this situation is ordinary. Shohei Ohtani breaking down, end of Friedman's $700 million reveal, and the Dodgers' stunned reaction are all chapters in a story that is still being written. And trust me, the most dramatic moments may still be ahead.